Mm-hmm.
for the segue, of course. And you can tell me all about cat coolers. How's that?
Okay. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm drinking, but I need a segue to do something funny. I need to say it's not what I'm drinking. And somebody set me up for that.
What?
Something funny.
Sure. I'll work on that. Oh, look at Rusty.
Crap, I don't what?
Rusty got it. I just realized he used the picture.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, wait. I do want to change my name on here. Wait a minute.
To that one chick.
Wait a minute. I mean,
Farkin.
fudge. Farkin. Farkin.
Less than a minute. Uh-oh.
No, that was me. I got it.
All right, we getting ready here. 20, 20 seconds now. 25, excuse me. Ten. Yes, original sound is on. Coming in hot and now. Welcome into Off Track, everyone. Gorgeous Sunday evening out there. I hope everyone out there in Off Track land is doing fine and dandy this evening.
I'm just fine. I'm not dandy.
You're not dandy?
No.
Oh no, you're right. Rusty is the dandy. Doesn't he have a feather in his hat?
He is.
No.
Yankee is he a Yankee Doodle dandy?
He went to town a riding on a pony.
Well, I heard he rides. Never mind.
Hey,
How the hell did he call it macaroni? I still don't understand that.
I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not
Are
really
you
myself.
okay?
I got a headache, but we're dealing with it. So, yeah, there's that. We're dealing. You know what? I just want to say that this weekend it's been it's good. It's been a great weekend actually. Yesterday morning I went out and I needed to just get away from the house, you know, being cooped up, whatever. And I go to work every week, or all week long, of course, and I'm outside, but I needed to go decompress. So I went on a hike in the middle of nowhere. I mean, miles and miles from anything. And I climb up on top of this hill to crest the top of this hill, big hill. It's up in the mountains. And down on the other side is I guess some people call it a pond or a lake. It's a watering hole for cattle. And you can see them all peppered out there across the hillside. And I just sat down. I'm like, gosh, just out here in the middle of nothing. And you could hear anything. It was so peaceful. I'll tell you what, I needed that. It was just awesome. I just, nothing behind it, but it was great. I would encourage anybody, if you want to go just decompress, go on a hike. I know not everyone lives in the mountains, but go.
So that's why you have a headache?
No, I don't know why I have a headache. It just came on about 2 hours ago. I don't have a reason for the headache, but I'm drinking. You know what? I'm drinking Mountain Dew tonight. I don't know. Maybe I just needed some caffeine.
I don't know. My grandmother always said that an enema fixes everything.
I'd like, for the
I don't
record, I
know.
did encourage you to give it a shot. I mean, it's worth a shot, right? You could have tried it.
Give what a shot.
The enema.
No. I don't even have anyone here to administer that.
It doesn't hurt that bad, does
That
it?
I think you could do it yourself.
Look, I've had one before. I was 5. I was in the hospital. I had gastrointestinal virus, acute, and it wasn't very cute at all, as a matter of fact.
No, and he remembers
They
it
make
now.
you- Well, yeah, I will never forget that. They put me on this metal thing, and I'm standing up, and I don't know, I felt just vulnerable, and it made me drink this pink paste, chalky shake stuff, and it's 5 years old. I will never forget that. 44 years later, quite the experience. But anyway.
Anyway, moving along.
Yeah. So, Rusty, I'm drinking Mountain Dew out of my Freedom Cup. Peace out, bitches. What are you drinking?
Jameson and Diet Coke.
Wow, you're so thrilled too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're bringing the whole crowd down.
Boy,
They're
you are
probably-
excited tonight, guys.
You know
I
what?
know,
We're going to put
right?
the audience to sleep. I feel like I'm in a trance. I really do.
Welcome to Off Track with Whiskey 6.
Yeah.
We have
This is
wonderful
ASMR.
stories.
This is
for
Rusty's
you,
favorite
for you.
version. It's ASMR version, Rusty. How are you, Rusty?
Doing well. I'm doing well.
Oh, great. Melissa Sippy, how are you this evening?
Fantastic.
She's not
You're
playing
gonna punch me
along.
in the mouth. You're gonna punch me right in the lips. Ah! Okay. Anyway, Chris, what are you drinking?
I am having some whiskey and Coke. It's
Shame
rather
on you,
delicious.
Rusty, for mixing Jameson. I swear. Jeez.
Just not a fan of it. I mean, I'm just
What? Your volume is a little low, by the way.
At the
Rusty.
break, I
Yeah.
think I might try some Seagram's Dark Honey Whiskey.
Damn it. Is that better?
Yes. You can't turn that thing toward your face?
Whiskey likes his dark honeys.
It's true. It's true. Mojo is
peasant
well
cat.
known for liking
Is
dark
that
honeys.
better?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, maybe a little bit rusty. Melissa Sippy, what are
Yes.
you thirsty for this evening?
Well, in my cat cooler here, I have some vodka and cranberry concentrate and some seltza water. And
You can't concentrate, can you?
No, I can't. I just kept looking at it and looking at it and nothing happened. And so that trick didn't work. And then, so I've been drinking this vodka for a while, especially my stepmom's here in town. So I bought this vodka and for some reason, I always thought it was Russian. And I think it was because of the commercials, but it's not. It's Polish.
It's whoa, Polish?
It's whole.
Did
it's
you
from
mispronounce
Holland.
Polish?
No,
No, it's from Holland.
that's
So it's Polish.
Yeah, I thought it was Russian, but it's Polish. I
You're
saw it
making
says
my-
made in Holland, so I was like,
you're
"Whoa,
making
it's
my
not
head
Russian,
hurt.
it's Polish."
What?
That's not Holland. That's not Polish. That's
Dutch.
place with Dutch. Thank you. The windmills. There's a town in Iowa. It's called Pella. It's all Dutch.
Yeah, yeah.
They also make windows there, by the way.
Oh my God! All the girls have to pay for their own meals there.
Polish windows.
Well, no, it would be each man pays for his and each woman pays for her.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Are you
But
just assuming
I've had
all their
to-
genders? Is that what's
No.
happening? What?
But I've had the same ice in this cooler like all day, and it's still going. It's
Still
a cat,
making noise.
It's a cat cooler.
Well, that's because cat coolers are badass.
It's got your name on it, huh?
Yes, it does because
Well,
they
it's
will do that
customizable.
for you.
Yeah, it's laser etched, isn't it?
It's laser etched, and they'll put any logo you want on there, even Brad Stagg's face if you want to.
Why would I want to do that?
I-
I'm asking a
Well,
question.
Well,
Let
maybe
me
not
go
on
to
a
this
tumbler, but if you put it on a cooler, you can sit on his
Brad
face.
Stagg on there.
Sure. Sure, there's that. Okay, yeah, you can go over to catcoolers.com and you can not only find yourself a tumbler over there, but you can get an array of different coolers. They have the 27 the 55, and the 88 quart coolers. The 88 quart, you can fit 96 cans of your favorite beverage, and they're very sturdy. As we know, we found out when we forgot to bring our wakeboard to the boat one time on the lake, and we well, it's Melissa's idea. It's her fault. She just threw all the beer out, and we jumped in the cooler
I
and put
drank
it
the
behind
beer.
the boat. It was fun.
It
was
worked.
fun. Yeah, they got a lifetime guarantee on it. What do you have to lose? Right? Catcoolers.com. That's what I'm saying. Catcoolers.com.
Is there an offer code?
Yeah, actually there is. Thank you. How many times have I forgotten that lately? Today's the day. Yeah. Whiskey. Promo code whiskey, actually. You know what? Anything you hear on this show is probably promo code whiskey.
Promo code whiskey. WHISKEY.
Hey, Rusty.
What's
What's
up?
hard in the news?
Okay. Well,
I don't want to know. Just tell me what the news is.
right.
Make it good.
So we have some national days. October 20th, 2019, National Youth Confidence Day.
Youth are supposed to have confidence. Is that what you said? Confidence?
National Youth Confidence Day celebrates the energy, spirit, and potential of young people. Damn young people. The day is an
No.
acknowledgement of
Get
all
off my
they've
lawn.
accomplished.
How you make my head hurt from laughing.
Guidance, leadership, and mentors will help light the path.
Oh.
Maybe. In addition, today's youth will navigate the obstacles that will inevitably lay before them. Take the opportunity to welcome a young person into your life and accept their mistakes. I will not.
Whoa. I have a controversy here. Of course, they're going to have lots of confidence if you're not calling them out on their mistakes. What's the music from?
I have no idea.
Just the music's okay, but Chris, are you not hearing the music?
Yeah, I can hear it. I'm not doing it.
Huh? We're having technical difficulties.
Live radio.
Coming from you, Whiskey.
I'm not getting anything here. Give me a second here. Well, I don't know what it's coming from, and yeah, I do.
That was from the other.
Yes. Wow. I had shut that off. Well, that's time for the break on that other show we did on Friday. I have no idea how that started. I thought maybe Chris had laid down some underlying rusty hard music news or something.
Negative. Not today.
You know,
It did sound kind
this
of nice
week-
though, so maybe I'll try it next
I
time.
was- maybe something a little more mellow, but I'm digging it. I was like, all right, okay, just turn it down a little bit.
It is also National Brandied Fruit Day.
Is
Melissa's
it National
into
Screw
that.
Up Your Radio Show Day? Because we're good at that.
Well, you know, at least I got the original sound on this week,
It's
and then
true,
of course
sir.
I
We all
don't know
heard it.
how. I turned that off. I promise. I just deleted a whole bunch of stuff off my
Well, let's just hope you left the other show.
off my studio wall.
Hey, guess what Backyard Cow said? Hey, Whiskey,
No.
we didn't autoplay your Pornhub.
What? I don't have it. Look, Rusty would have to give me his login information. I don't have one.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
He only watches for a short time.
Well, it's not. I'm sure Rusty's probably into some other. It's probably not Pornhub. It's probably some other. I don't know, whatever else. Other things
Been
there
watching
are.
for a short time. The midget porn.
Yeah,
I get
Rusty
it.
doesn't need it. He doesn't need a login. He doesn't. It only needs about 30 seconds of it, I think.
3 minutes anyway. I mean, come on.
Wow, dude, you're setting records.
I am. So today's also National Brandied Fruit Day. Brandied fruit first became popular around the Victorian era, and it was discovered by adding brandy to fruit. It was the easiest way.
Now what? That's not me. That wasn't me.
I think that was. It was
Oh my
that
God,
was-
my head is killing me now.
I was testing the sound
good?
that's going out to the places, but I usually mute myself when I do that. So, oops.
Okay. See? Okay, so I did mine. Chris has done his. It's Rusty, Melissa. You can
You guys
go
are up
ahead.
next.
Just get it over with.
Grew up somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. Sure.
Seen my green screen?
No, it works.
Yeah, but it's all wonky eyed.
Leslie says hi. She's sorry she's late. Just thought I'd spread the word for you guys.
Oh. Why did Kirk send us an eggplant?
I'm sorry, what?
He was obviously referring to me. I mean,
Yeah.
Is
I
you're
think
being a dick?
Yeah. Well, it gave Callus a food gasm, so you have that.
Well, he is that one guy.
crap.
All right, so we can get this out of the way here.
What's that?
Just go ahead and get this shit finished with.
I'm trying.
Now I'm getting text messages from the boss man, El Jefe.
Oh boy, what'd he say?
Well, he said, "Oh my God, a train wreck more than off track."
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, I'm not complaining. At least we know he's listening. We have one.
We went a train wreck a little bit further.
Yeah, there's that. I don't
Why
know.
are we getting a dang echo again? Damn it!
I don't know, Rusty. Leave and come back and find out. I'm joking.
Anyway, 1817 on this day, the first Mississippi showboat leaves Nashville on its maiden voyage.
Okay.
There's that.
So that was the first showboat down the Mississippi.
It says the first Mississippi quote unquote showboat. I'm guessing that was the name of it. Leaves Nashville on a maiden voyage. On its maiden voyage.
Wasn't me.
So
There's a song called "Wasn't Me."
There's also a song called Mississippi Queen.
Yes, there is. That's a good song.
Thanksgiving was formally established by President Abraham Lincoln, 1864, as a national holiday on this day.
Love the Lincoln.
I tell you what, I love me some Thanksgiving. I'm serious.
Oh yeah.
I think
It's
it's
my favorite holiday.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's really nice. We had some long-standing traditions. It's kind of hard with everybody separated throughout the country now, but yeah, you all the family shows up at one place, and there's always a card game or something every year after dinner. And
Did your family use the Pow Wow Chow cookbook?
I'm sorry, I don't know what a Pow Wow Chow cookbook is.
That's Elizabeth Warren's cookbook because she's so.
No, that's only 10/24 a cookbook. Shush.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's not. It only feed half of 24 people.
Yes.
That's a Indian dozen, I think. 10/24. Just saying.
All right.
Rusty's never going to get finished with
A
this.
10/24th Indian? Dozen? Of what?
10.
Native American.
Just move on. Just moving right along.
Rusty, you got something else hard?
I've got all kinds of stuff, but I can't seem to get through it.
Well, you just keep talking then, okay? Does that make you feel better?
Oh, jeez. I mean, come on, people.
Somebody call Rusty a wambulance.
I'm going to get him a hamburger and some French fries.
Need a Snickers, bitch?
1882. Bela Lugosi. Sorry.
That's when Brad was in grade school.
Bela Lugosi was born 1882 on this day.
And what's he famous for?
He was famous. You don't know who Bela Lugosi is, or you just asking?
No, I do. I'm just trying to have a dialogue here.
Dracula.
Some long teeth.
Planet Nine from Outer Space. He played on.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, well, he was in a lot of stuff. Played a lot of monsters. Yeah. He died in 1956.
Gosh, has it been that long, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's before any of us were thought of. Okay. I think Brad was about 50 at the time, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe even 70. I'm not sure.
Mickey Mantle was born on this day, 1931.
Really?
Died in 1995.
He's actually kind of young.
And stuff.
I mean, he's not now. He's probably got cobwebs all over him.
31 to 95, he was what, 70 something?
Yeah, sure. It matters.
Right. 60 something. I don't know. I can't add. I didn't know there was going to be math.
Where? Okay.
All
right, well,
so one other thing is the Orionid meteor showers are going to be peaking tomorrow night into Tuesday morning. You can see some now, but it's going to peak, and it's going to be somewhere between 20 to 30 meteors an hour. You'll be able to see if you have a clear view of the sky. The moon is going to be about half full, so it's not going to be blocking out. The light's not going to be messing with you, so that's going to be good. So go out and watch it.
Okay.
See stuff. We've seen some really.
So where are they
over the
peeking
years-
from? Are they hiding behind a curtain or something? Or?
From the
So they must be almost there.
Right.
well, when they
They're-
climax, yes. And stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Leprechaun's going to be so disappointed in our bell count.
Well, you know what? We don't really do bells anymore. We don't. We just,
dang it.
you know. I mean, I'm not saying we don't
And-
try to. Just
We peaked at MojoCon, yeah.
that was our climax. Well, I mean, it's only downhill from Ojo Connor and being in the studios, right? Yeah. Okay.
I
What? What?
have a visitor that would like to say hi.
Oh, I think she's going to do more than say hi, isn't she? Is she going to sing happy birthday to me?
She might.
Mississippi style.
Hey,
She's like-
Jack Holes all the way from Rhode Island. My stepmother, Rusty with an I.
That was
wait,
hot, Rusty.
Hot Rusty with an I. Because she is.
Where's she at? There she is. Hot Rod. Look at her. That is priceless.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's priceless, Rusty with an eye. Oh, for the listening audience, this young lady here, Hot Rusty with an eye, is paying tribute to two of her favorite people. I guess she's got the look of Rusty Lugnuts with the hat and the glasses. Actually, she's a whole lot better looking than Rusty. Rusty, you might just. Can you scoot over, Rusty?
Come on.
Can you move her over, Rusty? Let her do the hard news. I just found a replacement for the Rusty.
And
Get out of
she
here, Rusty.
loves. And she loves Hot Rocky with an I.
Hot Rocky.
She just loves her personality.
Yep.
Yeah, guys. Look, if you're listening right now, go over to YouTube or Mojo on Facebook or Off Track, the Off Track page on Facebook. Check out some video. Get a load of Hot Rusty with an eye. Get a load of that.
Yeah.
How are you this
Folks,
evening?
hit the
Fabulous.
like and share button, folks.
Yeah. I look, Rusty. I think you imitated your look from her.
What? Oh, I did. Really.
Okay.
No,
Well,
I
that was easy.
I really like someone who has a shtick, and I think it comes from when I was a kid. I lived up in Boston and in the Boston area, and we used to watch a show called Five All Night, and there was a character on there called George Fennell, and George Fennell would wear a cowboy hat, and he was always in shadow. I mean, to this day, I cannot find his picture on the internet, but every night he did late night, and he did the Charlie Chan movies, and he did a lot of narration and stories and stuff, and I just always thought it was great that he had this shtick and this character, and it drew people in all the time, and I think that's what Rusty has. So that's why I
So
like Rusty.
what you're saying is you really like Rusty's stick?
Well, you know.
No, we don't. That's why we asked.
Oh, shtick.
So tell
I
us
got
all
it.
about Rusty's stick.
There's,
I guess
it's
he
different
has
than a stick.
big stick. Everybody wants to copy it.
Only if it's a branch.
Oh,
Nice.
well, look, Rusty, I'll let you take that. That's your stick. I'm not touching your stick. You look, that's your stick, not mine.
We should shift this
Oh
story.
my God.
Well, if he shifts too much, he might burst. Never mind. Okay.
I bet you
well,
his cheeks are real red. We just can't tell in the lighting.
Oh my God.
Rusty, what do you have to say?
Well, I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately. I mean, if it's usually a stick is like, people putting on, so I don't have a shtick. This is me. So
Rusty
maybe
is a
it's a
shtick.
persona. Maybe a persona of, some way that you
Right.
differentiate yourself from others.
Okay, well, there's
Yeah, he's
that.
different, all right.
Well, you guys, look, if you'd have showed up at MojoCon, that lady, his better half, she might have just said, you know what? Take his ass. Show him how it's done. Rusty's in trouble all the time.
It's true. Any moment now, he might get slapped in the back of the head, except it's going to come from stage left now because he moved his studio.
Oh, that's right. Rusty had a big move this weekend. What? So that's where it's going to, okay, so you're going to get slapped in your right ear?
yes.
Okay, well, when do we expect this to happen?
Anytime I screw up, it's liable to
Well,
happen.
I'm surprised you ain't gotten hit.
Well, because she can't hear me right now. She's.
That's because you're talking so quiet, isn't she?
It is.
You know what? Chris, can you get Miss Judy on the line, please?
No,
Hold on. Let me dial her up.
she's busy. She's making candy. She says she can't.
Oh,
talk.
is that what it is? Is that a euphemism?
No, she's making hard.
Whoa.
Candy.
I'm not sure what that means, but maybe. Are you done with the news, dude? I mean, we
I'm
dragging
done.
this.
I'm done.
You're
we are
done?
dragging this out.
What? She didn't even feel anything. How do you know? How did she know you're done? Okay, fine. I guess we're done with that part. Well, coming back from the break, folks, we got another guest.
special guest.
We're gonna bring in. We're gonna do some things maybe and talk about some stuff. So we'll see you on the other side. Off track. And for the bonus material over on Twitter, I'm getting, you know what? The powers that be seem to be listening this evening. The Jeff there, the handicap guy, Handy J.
Andy J.
He says at Whiskey 6, we'll call it that because that's my name, lacks proper hand strength to keep the ball going, or the bell going. I can't read either, Jeff. It's okay. I have a eye handicap thing going on there. Forgive me.
Well, his
Go ahead.
typing might be, or his handwriting might be hard to read too.
It's not. It's typed.
Oh,
It's a keyboard, Chris.
Okay.
You got to come up to the 2019s at least.
yeah, I'm not good
Well-
with technology.
Probably his wife. His wife is probably doing the typing for him.
Well, now see, Rusty, I got to tell you, I'm not alone in this because Slightly Venomous Kirk over there on the Twitter says, yes, at Rusty Lugnuts has the stronger hand strength and hand stamina. He knows what you've been up to your whole life, Rusty.
Tony Pilgrim over here on the thing that I'm sharing asked, "What's Sean Sheeler's Uranus going to be?" I don't know what that means.
Whoa,
Guess it's somebody you know. I don't know, but
somebody I know. No, I've never met myself, Rusty.
no. Tony Pilgrim. I don't know who that is.
Oh, well, I don't know that guy.
Oh, Rocky.
I do know that guy, but I don't know that
Just
guy.
got
He's that.
He's that one guy.
Yeah, he is. Oh my goodness, look at that. We got the surprise guest coming in. He's not surprised. Well, he might be surprised. Coming back
Whoa,
in
10
10 seconds. And 5. Here we go. Coming in hot.
5.
Welcome back to Off Track. I am Whiskey 6, as most of you people, the listeners, that is, the folks that keep us going each and every week. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. Period. That's how it goes. We are thankful that you are here each and every week. We know you're loyal, and we try to screw this up every week for you. So I know we're doing a great job of that.
Great job, guys. Great job. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on our game, screwing shit up every Sunday night. 8
Seriously, we
PM
find
right
new
here.
and inventive ways to do it too.
I know, right? We're just
And if you're good at it, why stop?
well, that's it, folks. That voice over there you hear, and some of you can see him. That is the one, Saddle effing tramp, Kevin, the saddle tramp, the saddle. I don't know. You got so many different names like everyone else now. How you been, brother?
Oh, working hard, way too damn much.
I heard you were building a whelping box today.
Yeah, my bitch is having babies.
Whoa! Kind of. Was that the bitch you had in your hands a second ago?
Oh no, that's actually our pup from the spring that I kept back, be a working dog.
Okay.
And we were going to have another spring litter, and she came into heat, and my 2-year-old said they want to be together.
Oh.
Now we have a fall pups coming.
Okay. You know, I don't know.
They are registered Australian Shepherds. They are working dogs. So
I don't know how true this to be, but I had heard at one time, excuse me, with one of our females, Labrador, back in the day, that a female can basically take on, if you will, up to 7 males, and you never know how many different fathers a female will produce pups from.
yeah. At that point, you just look at the pup and go, "Well, that's that daddy, and that's that daddy."
You're not my daddy.
we had years ago. We had a blue merle male, and he got out and visited the neighbor's cocker spaniel.
Oh.
And the neighbors down the road's
That could be.
lab also visited said cocker spaniel, and everybody had to take home a pup that looked like the daddy. And
Oh, well,
we could not deny my our Australian Shepherd because he was a blue merle, and there was one blue merle pup.
oh, jeez.
We're like, oh, I can't deny that one. Paternity test.
I know, right? You know, I hate to interrupt this, but we have late breaking news coming in from the Twitters. From the handicap Jeff. Breaking news live as we speak. Cookie Monster found shot dead just days after sharing Hillary Clinton's oatmeal cookie recipe on Facebook. Oh my gosh, Jeff. Bringing me down, dude.
This is terrible news. Cookie Monster's dead?
That's my favorite.
He was
And
my
I've made sure
There it is.
I am
Attaboy.
appropriately
Always
attired.
saddled up with Handy J. Look at you sporting the hand. Okay, Jeff, I know you're listening. Look at that. You've been represented again right here on Off Track.
Everybody loves it.
Everyone loves a good Handy J. That's where you're
Yeah.
going.
Watch when I wore his shirt.
I have more damn fun with this damn shirt.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of
work with
questions?
the handicap? I am the handicap.
Oh my God, you're making my head hurt.
Shouldn't we mention that that you can get an
Yes,
awesome
go ahead.
Handy J sticker and a Mojo 50 sticker for a $10 donation to the Mojo50.com website. And
Big old pup.
there is also a what is that called? Where they do the damn it, sound screwed up again.
What, PayPal?
Get so relaxed, Rusty.
I know it. I'm
Yep, PayPal.
You're slacking.
$10
Yeah.
donation to Mojo. Get yourself a handicap Jeff sticker.
there's also
And a Mojo 50 sticker, kind of like the one that's over Rusty's right shoulder.
also a
Chris, I thought-
going on.
Chris,
with
I thought you were going to say go to mojo50.com and get yourself a $10 Handy J.
Look, if that's all they're
Everybody
taking.
knows they're
If that's all it
$20 same as
costs.
downtown.
That's right.
Well, yeah, but it's from Jeff, so it's only half as good, right?
Well, not when he uses both hands.
Oh, well, okay, fine enough. It's $20, same as downtown, Handy J style.
Oh my
I know. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me make up for lost bells. Okay, you happy, Jeff? All right, we're good to go. Hey, guys, since you're all here, I want everyone to join in. Everyone on the socials. We got some daily dumbasses to run down here, so don't be afraid to speak up and interrupt. Okay.
Not a problem.
We can
I
handle
know.
that.
You guys are good at this. It's okay.
Oh,
What?
no one has. I am drinking.
What? I can't see that.
Oh boy, what you got there?
It's
Dripping.
Dripping Springs, Texas. Is that whiskey?
Nice.
It is bourbon. This is
Bourbon.
the Ghost Hills. This stuff is delicious.
Is it really? Is it? What do you compare that to, or what could you compare that to?
It's almost as good as Garrison Brothers, but it's more of a it has a lot more caramel notes to it.
Oh, I like that.
So it's not like Jim Beam and all them have the honey bourbon, and it's got that sweetness, but it's more of the caramel notes. They I don't know what they do to it, but it's a little more caramely.
Right. Have you tried the Redneck Riviera?
No, I haven't yet. I think I'm going to get some.
I highly suggest trying that. You mentioned the caramely notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not sweet. When I say the caramel notes, I don't think sweet. It's just, I don't know. But it's very smooth. She's got some right there in that bottle there. Or wait, is that what you?
And they have that America whiskey, which you kind of have to drink around here. Well, see, Black Rifle just opened up a coffee shop in Bernie, Texas, which is 20 miles up the road from me. And so,
who's running it? Is it one of the guys or someone?
I think it's them. I haven't been in, but yeah, they
Bernie,
made
Texas.
a nice.
I'm trying to think.
I-10 west of San Antonio.
Okay.
About 20 miles out.
Right on. Yeah, I don't know who's down in that area. I don't think Matt or Rocco. Gosh, I don't remember who's down in that area, but there's like
just
6
pretty
of
much
them.
me.
So. Well, there's you. I mean, maybe you can go run one of them stores. I think we're going to see some more of those pop up. I hope to, at least.
Yeah, I used to drink it until I discovered the APR.
American Pride Roasters. Yes, sir. Yeah. I love their concept, and their marketing is the bomb. It is. It's very good.
Yeah.
But
speaking of American Pride Roasters and coffee and all that, I noticed, and I think I might have mentioned this before, but I went and looked at some of the other coffee brands, and they're selling theirs for about the same price as APR, but you only get 12 ounces from the other guys. You get a full pound from APR. Just saying. So go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. American Pride Roasters.
Everybody loves a good pound.
Didn't he just get
Darrentown.
didn't he just get inducted in or nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Who?
Dave Matthews from
Different Dave.
Wrong guy.
Oh.
Not that one guy, but that other guy. That other one guy. Oh, yeah, that one. Okay. All right. So this one I'm going to ask Mr. Kevin here. I want you to really focus in on this story, and it doesn't really give all the details what happened after the fact, but I just want to see if you've ever ran into anything similar to this story. This is from October 14th. There's enough worry to worry about in New Jersey without adding today's dumbass to the list. A 31-year-old named Richard started contacting farms last year asking what?
Dick.
I didn't hear you. Asking for permission
Kevin did.
to get their cows and their horses and get it on with their cows and their horses.
Are you sure that wasn't an episode of The Ranch?
No, Ashton Kutcher was not around, I'm sure. His name is Richard. Oh, I gotcha. I didn't hear what you said. Now I got it clicked. So, yeah. So this guy was calling to ask permission to get it on with all these different farms with their livestock and their horses.
You're triggering backyard cows, by the way.
I don't care. Maybe I did the story because of backyard cows, and maybe Kevin the Saddle Tramp's going to corral him up and ride him.
I gave up riding bulls, so that's.
Oh no, he's not a bull. He's a cow. So.
Did you assume his gender? How dare you?
Son of a biscuit eater!
I could have called him a steer. That'd make him infertile.
You know what?
Now, would you call it a course or a how?
Of course.
Not sure what I'd call it.
It's almost like a train wreck.
You know, I have never known anyone who was openly into that kind of stuff.
Look, you usually get shot for doing that shit. It's,
But
look,
I do
in
I do
Texas
recall
especially.
I do recall a friend of mine. We were going up to his place, and his folks. Oh, he's down at the goat barns. He raised show goats.
The goat
We
barn,
kept-
is that a euphemism?
No, it was a barn full of fucking goats.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
goats.
You need to know something about these show goats.
Yeah, well, they were goats that you show. I don't do goats. I hate them stinking bastards.
Well, that's nice to know. Thank you.
They're good to get rid of poison oak.
Okay.
Never mind.
No, I have such disdain for those damn animals. But yeah, we came out around the corner to the barn, and he's walking up, putting his belt back on. So I don't know.
Wait, do you know Richard? Maybe he's making laps around the
So,
country.
no, his name wasn't Richard, but it was one of those things where I'm going, you're putting your belt on.
He was using
you've
his
been-
Richard.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that must have been.
Well, it was pretty ugly. I mean, he fell out the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way. And then they put
So
the
how
fire
do you
out with a
need to
bag of
get your
nickels.
Huh. All right. Well, there's that. Oh God, you guys are killing me over here.
Sorry,
here-
Heather.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, has any of you guys ever lived in an apartment complex?
Yes.
Okay, so when your neighbors are upstairs partying a lot and you're just tired of the noise, what do you usually use to, make some noise and get their attention?
A
To
gun.
tell them that-
A broom handle, but actually, in all honesty, I think I was that neighbor.
but wait, but Rusty with an eye just said something very important. She said a gun. What would you do with a gun, Rusty with an eye?
You can just show it to him. That usually works.
Well, no, but see, you have to stay in your apartment. You don't want to show your face. See, here's where this goes. Okay.
You get a
Yeah.
shotgun.
Well, how to make a bad situation even worse. A guy in Phoenix was pissed. Yeah, he's from Arizona, of course. He was pissed about his upstairs neighbors being loud. So instead of using a broom handle, he fired some bullets into the ceiling.
Well,
And
there you go.
One of those, no, not there you go. One of those ricocheted back and hit him in the face. Wow, that became
The
unfunny
reason
all of a
that bad
sudden.
things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
That's right. He was taken to the hospital. He's in critical condition, and charges are pending. It does say here the next time you might want to consider the old school broom handle to the ceiling, option.
Just let
Hey,
Beth know I've just put my $20 into the kitty for my
Whoa. Hey.
Yeah. Look at that. So Ron, Beth, I know you're listening, and Handy J, Kevin made his donation.
So I know the rules.
There you go. Referring back to the animal, the guy wanting to have.
You really
sex,
liked the animal story, didn't you, Rusty?
I didn't know. I want to say Lee Powell said in my chat here. He said the cows say no.
But the goat says, okay.
No, the
But
goat
what
say
does the fox say?
Oh, what does the fox say? Yeah.
whatever the hell that means.
Hey, I guess some people join late and you don't know who is with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we have a couple of special guests this evening. We have Rusty's replacement.
What the hell?
Hot Rusty with an eye. Sitting in with Miss Mississippi. See, because Rusty really wanted to be with Mississippi, so we just hired a double, and she's better, so we might.
My beard's better. Just saying.
Well, that's because she's a chick. So
Hot Rusty with an eye
I
doesn't
would
want
be
us to get
worried
rid of
if she had a
regular
better
Rusty.
beard.
we don't want her to have a beard
It's,
either. So.
it's her favorite cast member.
That would be too many beards. There's enough beards here.
Well,
The
it's
beard
it's a
quota has been
combination-
reached.
Yes.
It's a combination of Rusty, but she also adores Hot Rocky with an eye.
Oh, that's
So
right.
It's a
She's
I do-
hilarious.
Conglomerate.
testimonial to both.
Yeah.
I adore
Compilation.
Hot Rock.
Yeah, we know. Actually, can Hot Rusty with an eye imitate Rusty talking to Rocky?
Didn't Rocky, you forget to, I'm sorry, Rusty, you forgot to say hi to Rocky yesterday, though, so she said she's going to find herself a new fan.
No,
It isn't
I
so.
didn't forget. I just was not.
Okay.
I was not feeling well yesterday, and I didn't want to bring
That background is
Yeah.
fabulous.
after.
I know.
Fabulous. Hey, speaking of fabulous, Rusty, aren't you an exhibitionist?
He's
Who?
not talking to me.
No,
I'm talking to you, Mr. Rusty Lugnuts.
Am I an exhibitionist?
I thought you had told the world one night, especially Rocky, that you're an exhibitionist.
I don't know where this is going, but okay.
Yes is the answer. I'll take that as a yes.
Okay, yes.
I think you have a relative in Iowa. He might live up by that DM guy. A 23-year-old named Nicholas in Iowa flashed his junk at a woman in the Dollar General last week. His reason, he told the cops. Now this is where it gets. This is why I asked you, Rusty. I know you're a professional in this domain. Okay. He told the cops that he saw someone do it in a porno, and he thought the woman might, quote, respond to it sexually. Obviously, she did not. And kind of like they don't respond to you either, Rusty. I mean, they they
run. I haven't
stalking.
You're
Rusty
Playboy.
stalking. Whoa. He was arrested for indecent exposure. It's pretty bad.
Was it like unkempt?
I don't.
Landscape? I mean, the presentation is a lot.
Probably looked worse than that goat. I don't know.
I would not doubt it.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's it. Kevin, what the hell have you been up to lately?
Well, last time we talked about, I was managing 3 ranches and I lost one.
Oh.
So that it's, because
So you sleep now?
a little bit. I can sleep a little bit more, but no, they hired a new manager who doesn't speak a lot of English, and
really? Okay. From
I got
the South?
roughly El Salvadorish.
Oh, El Salvador is pretty far south.
So we need the wall, the best wall, the beautiful wall.
They're building 46
Have you
miles
seen that
of it
beautiful
right
wall?
now. Yes, I've seen that
We need
wall.
a wall at the Rio Grande. We need an extra moat with lasers on crocodiles. Yeah.
Huge wall.
Huge. I want the biggest, hungriest crocodiles. So
I think we need to have a wall.
That's the plan.
But so I had to pick up that. What really killed us is we had a bad haying season this year. We just didn't get enough rain to get, and that's where I pick up a lot of extra spending money because everything we have is all budgeted right and everything. We're not hurting, but it's just really put my plans on like putting up the jerky and things like that a little more behind schedule than I had initially planned. But I am working still towards it. I gave up on making the bourbon peach jerky. It was a sad day. Yeah, it was a.
And just what part of that didn't work out?
The bourbon, the peach doesn't. I couldn't get it to pair with beef.
Maybe you should have used pears.
To me, pears, I've always thought that pears would work, but to me, it's not really you don't get the flavor, you just get the sweetness from the pear.
Yeah, and it just never paired well with the beef. So chili peppers always do good with beef, lots of beef.
Look, the best is still the poblano. That's all I got to say about
Poblano
that.
is awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got
But he did get a really beautiful sauce out of this, from what I understand.
Oh yes, and this is something that one of the tough things I'm running into with making the jerky is I can't produce it out of my house. I have to use a co-producer.
Wait, you need help with the jerky? Is this operation that big?
Well, no, it's because FDA guidelines, the requirements for the kitchen are you can't produce it out of the house.
But you were doing this in the bedroom.
That too. That's where I make the sauce, and that's where I spread the sauce.
God, everybody grabs their pels. Whoa!
Oh my God.
But
my headache is slowly starting to fade. I will say this. Keep it going. Keep it going.
The good news is my very first attempt at the bourbon peach jerky marinade produced probably the best glaze for chicken and pork available. And that I can make out of the house and we'll be able to put out online.
Hey,
Nice.
so,
I can't help the fact that
You
you
just
just
paint
keep
that on your
jerking
meat.
peaches.
You just
Paint
paint
it
that
right
on
all over your
meat.
meat.
You just paint it all over your meat.
Look, you're
Love it.
supposed to
Just
handle
slather
the
it on
peaches.
there. Don't even use your hands.
Kevin.
Softly. Look me in the eye.
No. I refuse to look another man in the eye while he's jerking his peaches.
Can I ask, is it a white sauce?
I think
Oh,
we
goodness.
Rusty.
hey, he makes jerky out of the horses.
I would. If that was legal.
Yeah, and I'm
water
sure-
is illegal in the United States, and we cannot eat them for food because bug and bunny people are like, whatever.
Yeah, that pain in the
That's a lot
ass.
of good meat going to waste. That's a lot of meat going to waste.
Oh,
Yes.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Can you either turn the volume coming out of your speakers down just ever so slightly or plug in a headset?
I thought I had a headset in, but I don't know what's going on.
Oh, if you've got headset, if we're
don't-
coming into your ear, then the echo's coming from somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Oh, once again, I'm not getting the echo. It may be me. I could just leave.
Anyway,
Make the whole show go a little better.
I just want to say that I did have the chance to have Kevin's meat in my mouth at MojoCon, and it was fantastic.
I think we all did.
Yeah, actually,
Really
we all,
popular between him and Tech Roo.
well,
You
in all
supply the
seriousness,
meat.
yeah, we all got a chance to taste some of the jerky that Kevin was so nice to send a whole huge box of packaged beef jerky up to MojoCon
It was
2019.
about 10 pounds.
Yeah, it was. I mean, look, that's seriously, and I don't know. I don't think there was anyone who didn't get a chance to taste it. There was enough to go around, and I think the overwhelming consensus was that the Poblano was the best.
So can I ask you, is it salty?
No, it is salt cured, but not overly salty.
It's well, so it
Good to
cures
know. These
things.
things
now?
are important. Yeah.
What? So she likes it salty? What?
She does. We had margaritas this morning. I
Yes.
mean, this afternoon.
Oh yeah. Not this
No,
morning.
no. This morning is okay.
No,
It's afternoon somewhere.
No.
moving along.
I don't know where you identify as where you
Sangria in the
live.
morning. It's
No, it's-
sangria
no, it's-
in the morning. It might be a
Sa-
green
sangria in
sangria
the
with
morning,
tequila, but
martini.
it's
Margaritas in the afternoon and martinis at night.
Yeah. Kevin, did I ask you? I think I did. I may have. About Hatch.
yeah.
Does that? I mean, I've had it, but I didn't know if you'd ever explored it.
Yeah. It's because it's so seasonal.
Right. September
Right.
usually ish.
October, September.
Right. In the
um,
fall.
It's when it comes around. Yeah, it comes out really good. I think it's a little bit better than the Poblano, but it's a really
Really?
tough call. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it would depend on like if I haven't had anyone else's Poblano jerky. So I have had the Hatch, and I love the flavor of the Hatch pepper.
Yeah, it's terrific.
Hatch.
Okay.
Yeah, they're out of a town called Hatch, New Mexico, and that whole area down there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the only place
southern
they
New
really
Mexico.
grow.
Right. Yeah.
Michael Ruff said he identifies as a man and he's 100% masculine, but he's proud to say he had Kevin's meat in his mouth.
Him and Rusty had a thing going with his meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I'm just saying.
Can I ask you? Do you often give free samples of your meat?
When I'm able to produce it, yeah, I actually send it out quite a bit. Well, my smoker actually broke.
Yeah.
Do we need lawyers this evening? No, I need to know now. They're right now. No, they're talking about it again. I can't.
My hands are above the table.
Yes.
Oh, mine too.
Is our intern giving you a bunch of nonsense again? Tell that
The
intern to be quiet.
disclaimers this evening are piling up like freaking CVS. Receipts. Yes, they're just piling up. Crazy stuff.
We're going to be the main source of deforestation in the Amazon.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're cutting down all the trees just to make these disclaimers right now.
Oh, that was the best Andrew Coppins episode ever when he was talking about that. That's when he said bullshit. Everybody's like, "Yay!"
Did you see a squirrel? Squirrel, Mississippi.
Squirrel.
Huh.
Talked about the deforestation, but remember Andrew Coppins, that episode he was talking about the deforestation in the Amazon.
Whoa! Did you?
He was doing the numbers, and that's when he swore, and the jackals went nuts because he was angry. He was very angry about that.
I need to go back and listen to this.
No, it was awesome. It was
You just
really
didn't know?
Yeah.
Yeah, by the numbers with Andrew Coppins. He's really good.
Double negative. Okay, fair enough. Fine.
Sorry.
Well, so what's the future? Well, we got a couple minutes. You got
Saddle
a
Tramp's
future
meat sure does get around, says Kirk, the slightly venomous jackal.
Well, it's the plan is I'm talking with emailing back and forth with a couple co-producers to try to get my process out, because I don't have a complicated process, but I do require fresh peppers. That's the key.
Where do your peppers come from?
The grocery store.
That's not what I expected to hear, actually.
Wherever HEB, whatever greenhouse HEB is using for poblanos and habaneros, that's what I use.
I suppose if you were to get into a larger operation, you could, import them directly from whoever they're getting them from.
That's hopefully the plan.
Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, guys, you know what to do. Stick around. We'll be right back with Saddle Tramp and that one chick, Hot Rusty with an eye, hanging out with Miss Mississippi. We'll see you in a few. Go fill your drinks up, folks. I'm going to fill my drink like I just told everybody else to do. So
That's what
someone
I'm
else
doing.
has
Me too,
bonus
BRB.
material.
Yeah, I got to go put my whiskey back.
Crazy eyes.
She has AOC eyes.
I got the AOC eyes. I got
Well, that's only because you guys
And
think about my
nobody
meat.
cares for me. Cha.
Igor Roderick. Why? Why are you talking like that? I don't know. I thought you wanted to. Suit yourself. I'm easy. Roll. Do you need a refill? I think I do.
Good. I think I'm good.
How many minutes do we have? 3?
Everybody's gone, so they can't tell you.
So we're the bonus material on YouTube, right?
We
now.
are the bonus material. Yes, we are.
Oh my gosh, I'm afraid. Did you? Whoa. I'm here. I'm waiting for this bonus
Everybody
material.
left. It was just amazing.
We're going to start taking our clothes off or no?
No, we're not.
No.
Thank goodness. Hey, for everyone out there listening right now, who there might be, I don't know, that 5-6 people. No, we didn't do one last week. Don't even know why, but we have that Life in Progress show. Miss Mississippi, myself, Megan Price, and Kirk Yeager do. I know I've been saying this. We just haven't found a schedule for it, and we're not sure which night. Probably a Tuesday or a Thursday evening. We're going to get to it on a regular basis, hopefully. And we just cover anything that has to do with life, And if you guys have suggestions or something you guys want to talk about, send an email over to lifeinprogressradio@gmail.com. Also, you could send them over on the Twitters. There's a Life in Progress page over there on the Twitter. There's one on Facebook. So there are plenty of opportunities and avenues for you to send your suggestions or even your complaints. Just
Yeah.
gonna put that right there. But please like and share, like and subscribe. Oh, yes, there is a YouTube channel for it as well. Just look up Life in Progress. Look for that big sunset picture.
Is it just Life in Progress or Life in Progress Radio on YouTube?
No, I think it's all. You actually had the idea for Life in Progress quote radio, which we could probably try and switch, but yeah, I didn't never get that
Hey,
done. So.
hey,
sauce.
don't forget to ask. Somebody set me up for the ask me what I'm eating or dessert. What I'm gonna go put my Jeff shirt on. Wait a minute.
I didn't know you were supposed to be eating something.
We're gonna have
I
a
told you that.
we're gonna have a snack.
that was for your drinks.
We're just wondering if it goes with the sauce. Yeah.
Okay, well, if I see her put something in her mouth, I'll ask her what the hell she's eating.
Well, we'll have to show it to you first.
Oh, is that safe for television?
Yes,
Do I
it
need to
is.
Gosh, you guys look just alike. Except she's better looking, Rusty.
Do what?
She's better.
Just alike, except not.
looking.
And she has boobs.
Well,
Thank
Bigger
you.
there's
boobs.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that. And so does. What the
The
heck?
haunted house.
Rusty, you took in your picture.
Who? Me? What?
Yes, you.
What?
You're
picture?
Rusty. You had the off track train up there for a bit.
Yeah, I did.
You don't have to. I just noticed it.
That's all right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'll
Since,
go back.
and Mr. Christopher over there, he is ghosting us again. His green screen works when he sits down for some reason.
Yeah. It has something to do with the lighting.
I think it has to do something. Whoop, coming in hot.
Yep. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to do the Cary Grant cock here. That's a big ear there, dude.
Good evening and welcome back to Off Track. Before we get started there, I wanted to address, we were just talking during the break here. I believe Miss Leslie over on the Off Track page on the Facebook live feed right now was saying she loves Life in Progress. And someone said, I don't know where it's at now, but haven't seen the show in a few weeks. So for those of you who caught the bonus material, we were on during the break talking about Life in Progress. We haven't done one in, I think, 2 weeks, right, Melissa?
Yes, we missed last week.
Okay. Don't really have an excuse.
You were really, really good.
That's what I've heard. And you know what? And first of all, for those of you who do not know what Life in Progress is, it's a show that we do. We talk about average, ordinary day life things. It could be problems you're having with your kids. Your kids having at school. Could be, who knows, road rage, anxiety, anything. Communications was that was my favorite so far. Miss Melissa Sippy had done some reading and some studying up, and the I don't know, you want to call them bullet points that she did on communication was very, very good. So I encourage everyone to go over to YouTube or the Life in Progress page on Facebook or Spreaker. You can look it all up over there. Check that show out. It's a show Melissa and I and Kirk and Miss Megan do. We're going to try and start doing them every week. And so, like I said earlier, send your, if you want to talk about something, you got a subject you want us to cover, send it to lifeinprogressradio@gmail.com. And of course, you can get a hold of us on the socials as well. So going forward, getting back to I don't know. You guys still evidently want to talk about Kevin and his.
Are you going forward or getting back? I'm just trying
No,
to
I'm
find-
getting back to going forward.
Where are we going?
I thought he was sneaking in.
Hey, I see trains move in both directions. You know, when you don't run over something to. Never mind. You back.
You got to
up and-
back up to get more momentum to go forward.
That's right. You got to get up that hill. So you
Object
gotta-
in motion will remain in motion.
That's how we end up on the
Yes.
track. Is this
Science.
Laws
bad?
of physics have screwed us up on this show more than I can shake a stick. Anyway,
Whoa, Kevin.
Hey.
I'd shake a stick at it.
I shake my stick at physics every day. Sometimes twice if I've been on the internet.
I'm shaking my stick right now.
Physics don't ever listen to me.
I think actually physics would be a good name for a rank bucking horse.
I'm sorry. What?
It would be a good name for a rank bucking horse.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do enunciate for Kevin. That's
Yeah.
bucking
With a B.
horse with a b.
A bronc. Is that better?
There you go.
Bronc.
Yeah,
You know, like a good bareback bucking
Physics.
horse bronc. You know, and
Rank,
just
rank
physics.
bucking horse. You know what? Dominic Izzo was in a band called Rank Bucking Horse.
Yeah, they had 2 gigs. They played
were a tribute to Dwight
VFW.
Yoakam.
Yeah, they did a VFW in
Tour.
Orlando, Texas. Yeah, 2
Yeah.
gigs.
They also played at the Alamo once. They were defeated.
All right, can we get back on track here?
No.
Oh my gosh, Rusty, always with the seriousness.
Italian.
Okay, so I started to ask you before we went to the break there, what the future, and you were talking about peppers, you know, the future of the jerky and the peppers and the stuff and the whatnots and
Well, it's again because of FDA regulations. You have to have a commercial kitchen to be able to produce jerky for sale. Period. That's not only a Texas law; it is federal, and it stinks because. But you think about it because of bacteria and people don't do it right. They can get a lot of people sick. So I kind of understand it. Don't always agree with it. I just understand it. But the bourbon peach glaze, on the other hand, is something that I can produce and can at home.
right.
Hint, y'all. So that's going to be able to probably be.
So
I'm
what's the
gonna try to
difference between a
release it all at
sauce and a
once.
glaze? That one of them requires a kitchen and one of them can be done at home.
No, the
One's in the
sauce
kitchen,
can be-
one's in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did I get that wrong?
No. He meant the meat has to be.
The meat has to be produced in a production kitchen, a commercial kitchen.
Oh, see, I thought he was talking about the difference between the sauce and the glaze.
No.
Oh no. Now, sauce and glaze. Well, I mean, whiskey. You make your own barbecue sauce. You can sell that.
I do.
If you can it properly, it's safe
Put it
to
right
say.
in the. No, never mind.
He puts it right in the can.
I've always been told I can it
Shove
just
in there.
fine.
Just don't even warn it. Just get it in there.
Might have to coax it a little bit, but that's a whole nother ball game.
Oh my God.
We have plenty
Do
of
a picture
promo
up on the
material
wall so you
tonight.
have some motivation.
You know why, Kevin? You know what the real reason I bring you on is? Because we have plenty of isolated promo material we can use afterwards.
I'm full of one-liners. That's half my life.
Chris, I hope you're getting all this.
Yeah, I'm going to be
So-
busy with this show afterwards.
Good. That means we're doing something. I don't know if it's right, but we're doing something.
But with the glaze, it's I've got to come up with the cooking instructions. I've got to try it on some chicken necks. I'm going to do a rotisserie chicken soon with it. So when I'm able to produce it, there will be recipes on the bottle for folks.
Oh, I like that.
And it is no joke. I did a pork loin last weekend with it, and it was the best pork loin. No, it was picture perfect. It was beautiful. It was.
Now you're taking
It
pictures.
was beautiful. It was great. It was tremendous. It was the best pork loin that was ever. I don't care. China says they have pork. No, I have the best pork. Look at DC. It's full of pork. Pork everywhere. They
Well-
just dead money.
How do you hold that pork with such small hands?
Got a
You
toothpick.
know, My hands are appropriately big enough for togs. See, I use togs and only handle my meat with the togs. The best togs, they're golden. They're beautiful.
Does the FDA approve of your tongs?
I don't care. The FDA, the CIA, the FBI, they're all against me. They're deep state. I do what I want.
Just sign an executive order. You'll be all set.
I'm sweating.
I think
The Poblanos, I swear. It's reoccurring Poblanos from
did
MojoCon.
the ladies have something they were going to have for a snack?
So what would you have
We
for
do.
dessert?
Wait, are you eating dessert, Melissa?
They didn't bring dessert.
Close
I
up.
am the dessert.
Hey, is that a dick? I mean,
We're gonna have some spotted dick sponge.
okay,
I
we're all
am
watching.
Dessert. You don't need dessert. I am sweet enough.
Let me zoom
My hair
in.
is a beautiful caramel, beautiful glaze. It's wonderful.
I'm wondering if your glaze goes with the spotted dick.
Chris, are you getting a speaker view of this?
Yeah, I've got a speaker view of the spotted dick.
All right, so Melissa, tell everybody what spotted dick is here for the people who don't know. Hold it up close there.
It is steamed pudding. Or
That's it.
or a dick with spots on it.
You should probably
You
get
know,
that
I
checked
knew a
out.
guy had a dick with spots. I told him to go get a shot. You got to go down to the clinic. You got to get that taken care of. Go to my doctor. He's the best doctor. He's tremendous.
Tremendous.
You know,
Doesn't this look delicious? Delicious.
I don't know. I can't see it. Still
So
in
are
the
you
can.
guys going to put some of that spotted dick in
No.
your mouth?
No, we like spotted dick in the can.
Rusty, did you get your spots on?
Just relax.
Yeah, just relax a little bit, and it'll.
Remember to keep breathing.
I don't know these people.
You know, I am so glad that so many people don't listen to this show.
You know, Rusty, for someone that watches that much midget porn, you would think you would know some of these terms.
I think he's watched so much midget porn, he has permanent spots
Midget porn is tame
on his midget.
Do you want me to save some of this for you when you come visit in a couple of weeks?
Put it in his
Absolutely.
can. Yeah, just put it in his can when he gets there.
Did he just say that midget porn is tame compared to off track?
Yes.
Wait, I have to disagree. That is just wrong, Rusty.
That was wonderful. Bravo. I loved that. Oh, it was great. Well, it was pretty good. Well, it wasn't bad. Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though. It could have been a lot better. I didn't really like it. It was pretty terrible. It was bad. It was awful.
What do these two guys know anyway?
Hey, boo! Boo!
Hey, didn't
Air Force salute.
I fire them guys? We're getting good at that, guys. We're all doing Damn. Can we isolate that as well? Isolate that video, Chris. Isolate the video. So, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about. There's no segue into this. There's none.
Just go raw. Just
Ride it bareback right into history.
do it.
Tell me. Actually, I asked you about this today via Twitter, only because I was actually watching some of the history about Texas with Sam Houston and I can't remember his first name, Austin.
Oh, Stephen F. Austin. Yeah.
Stephen F. Austin, right?
Stephen F. in Austin?
The $6 million man?
Wrong.
No, he prefers Stephen F. in Austin.
Yeah.
Well, it's EFFEN.
He has a kung fu grip.
Right.
Yeah.
Hi, Larky.
Hi,
Go ahead.
yeah, hi, Spidey guy. No, you know what? You were really good at telling us about the history of Texas and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I know you got something to tell us. Just tell us a story, Dad.
But real important before
Would
that,
you like-
Backyard Cows wants to know how much midget porn you watch that you can disagree and say that off track isn't worse.
Exactly.
So, is Rusty getting together with Cows and are they going to debate this?
Now, that could be an entertaining show. Rusty and Cows are going to discuss midget porn.
I think we should make this happen.
All right.
Well, they're both master
roundtable discussion
debaters.
a roundtable discussion debate about porn. Yeah.
And spotted dick.
A round table discussion?
So
yeah,
they're
it's
going
not
to
a dick
talk.
right in the middle of the table.
They're going to sit at a round table and they're going to eat spotted dick and talk about Bridget the Midget. We're going to make this happen.
What was that? Yeah, what was that gal that what they found under the tunnels? I mean, are they like moles? What?
No, the gal under the tunnel was a regular porn star. Bridget the Midget, they started off with that segment because she knifed her boyfriend. They got into an argument.
Just think about that. She can't stab very high.
She doesn't need to.
I was going to say, you don't need
That's
to.
not my point.
I mean,
exactly.
I'm
she
tall,
just
but
stabbed
it
the
doesn't
point.
matter. Yes.
I know when they had that story, I text Rusty right away. I was like, "Are you all right, bro?"
I think I mentioned him in Twitter, told him she's single.
Well,
well, I've tried to, you know,
I need to
get things going with Bridget, but the no contact order is preventing me from
restraining order.
Restraining orders.
Yeah, he's too much man for her.
Well,
he is.
Historically speaking, I don't think Sam Houston was into the midgets.
But you can't say that for sure.
Have you discussed that
with
him?
But there is documented case of him during when they were trying to write the Constitution of Texas, before the Battle of Gonzales and the consequential march up to San Antonio.
That's actually what I was watching today. That was awesome.
They were upset at Sam Houston for not attending the meetings because he was upstairs with about 3 hookers and one of the other delegates.
See, they didn't talk about the
3
hookers
days.
on the History Channel, or I mean on YouTube today. Just saying.
For 3 days, but you know, Texas has a very deep history in hookers. Damn right. You know, our state song, "Yellow Rose of Texas," you know that whole Yellow Rose. Well, Santa Anna did.
Okay.
The whole reason the Texans caught Santa Anna's army off guard at San Jacinto was because he was too busy in the tent with a Mexican hooker.
Are you making this stuff up to make
No,
us feel
that
good?
is legit history right there.
See, and this is the part I said they don't cover on YouTube or History Channel.
The fact that he was busy with her early in the morning, because you know, morning wood, the Texans were able to attack without them being the Mexican army being ready, and that's how they caught the Mexican army by surprise. This is actual document.
I want to ask. It's along the same lines. About
Which means it's not at all, right?
No, it is, but the Alamo.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Yeah,
always.
Now, from what, and I don't. Maybe I asked this before, but all the people in the Alamo they had left America and went to live in Mexico because they disagreed with what America was doing. So they left and went. The Alamo was in Mexico. So then people actually said, screw America. We're leaving you guys and we're going down here to live. And then when they got down there, Mexico didn't like what they were doing. So they're there fighting and stuff, and they're asking for American help after they left America.
Why didn't they just deport them?
Yes and no.
Well,
no, there was some of that. There was a lot of the lure of Texas is a big state, you know, it's wide open, and there was a lot of land promised to be able to get to, and Mexico was encouraging huge land, lots of land. There was a lot of land available. The problem is Mexico was trying to get these people to come to Texas to fight the Comanche. They would settle
Northern Texas, right?
And
the Kiowa.
The Comanche and Kiowa. If you look at a road map of Texas and you see I-35 that goes from Dallas Fort Worth all the way down to Mexico,
they didn't jump on the interstate and take that, did they?
Yeah, that is actually historically that is the actual the line, the eastern reach of the Comanche Indian.
Right.
Everything west of that was death. That was it. That's death.
It was like the true West.
Yeah, that was no. It was you went out there to die, because if you tried to settle out there, the Comanche would find you.
Right.
They would kill you, gang rape your wife, bash her head in, grab your kids, and if your kids was brave enough, they would adopt them into the tribe. If your baby cried too much, they'd bash it on its head on a tree and keep on going. They were savage. There's a terrific book called Empire of the Summer Moon. It talks about Quanah Parker, and who's the last chief of the Comanche, and it kind of goes through the history. But I-35 is the dividing line, and that's why I-35 is where it's at, because that was the westernmost trailhead in Texas that Mexico could establish, and everything west of that was just Indian land, and Mexico couldn't handle them. So they would bring settlers in and just kept pushing settlers west, and they just kept dying. But Mexico had their issues and their corruption that they haven't fixed even to today. And that's why the Texas Revolution started. And because they were promised basically the same, the representation, taxation, and everything in 1836. That's one of the flags that flew over the Alamo that Mexico, Santa Anna welched on, and that's kind of what started all of that. So one of the flags, when you watch like the movies about the Alamo, you see the Mexican flag with 1836 on it. That's what is denoting is, hey, you promised us all this stuff, all this freedom, and you're backing out on your treaty. And that's one of the main reasons they started the fight. Then you got Davy Crockett going, screw it, let's go.
What's the name of that book you said?
Empire of the Summer Moon.
Okay.
Today on the on this program I was watching, they were also saying that the Mexicans who were in Texas before it was a state, it got to the point that they were kind of distant from. Well, they're over 1,000 miles away from Mexico City, and they didn't really relate with the rest of the Mexican culture, and they just kind of wanted to be left alone to do their thing. Right. And to me, the way they explained it, it made it seem like they were a little more libertarian. Just leave me alone. Just let us do our thing. So they didn't consider themselves, quote, Texans, some of them, but they didn't want to be Mexican either.
Well, there was, if you were white and you came from the States to Texas and became a Mexican citizen, you were a Texican, because you weren't a Mexican, but you were Texas, who were Texican. But if you were, that's kind of where we get that from.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get the Spanish, the Mexicans that lived here, the Spanish and Mexicans, they thought of themselves as Tejanos because they were native born.
Tejanos, and isn't this where the original Texas meaning comes from? Tejas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, it was spelled differently.
Yeah.
So I watched a few years ago. Actually,
right.
Yeah, it's a friendly land.
A few years ago, actually many years ago, I watched this documentary, and they had a short segment on the history of Texas, but it was really powerful to me, and I'll never, I could almost probably verbatim quote it, but the document, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I think it was.
Large Marge was.
It was really good, and they were talking about.
Well, a little weird. In all honesty, if in Texas, if you yell, "The stars at night are big and bright," it is a requirement for us to deepen the heart of Texas. It is a requirement by law. I think it is a law, punishable by death. In fact, I mean.
So we have a question
on the
coming
spot,
in.
Not even. You don't even go to trial. You can be executed summarily.
We got Miss Leslie over there on the Facebook there. She wants me to ask you if you lost your, quote, manager position at the ranch because the new guy was paid less.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So was that because he was from the South?
Half of what I charged.
Yeah, but because he's from the South,
mm-hmm.
the deep South.
Yeah, and I mean, they provide him with a house and half a beef a year and pay
half a beef. Is he going to make jerky too?
No, half a beef. That's
Sure, his meat's not as good as yours.
that's
I've
about
had
250 pounds of meat.
that's enough.
So
Where do you live, Kevin?
just west of San Antonio and a little part of a town called Bandera.
Bandera. That would be
It's a
fun.
trailhead for the Chisholm.
That's Flag, Texas, by the way, for those of you who speak
What
English.
color?
There
You're not
are-
wearing your colors.
There are a couple of jackals on the MeWes that really want Kevin to expound upon Trailhead.
Yes, I
Is
saw
it difficult when you're in the saddle?
Okay, no.
that. Zig wants some trailhead. Does he want trailhead?
Don't we all?
Oh, he said
I'm
he
just
loves
thinking
it.
it's got to be difficult to do a trailhead while you're riding the.
No.
Well, not when you're in a buckboard.
Why not do it? I
Because you sit
receive
side
it
by
just
side.
easily.
You got a bed back there. And just trust your horses to kind of get you home, and it kind of rocks back and forth, so it gives you extra motion.
kinda
You
natural.
don't tire out as well. As
Okay.
fast.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, the new version of that is strip naked on a Harley and go to town. I mean, literally. Potato, 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 potato. I'm sure Ron Phillips knows all about that. He's got a Harley.
I think you'd be a knucklehead on your knucklehead.
That's right. Panhead too.
Trailhead gives you a wonky eye, don't it?
Right at the end.
Or-
Yeah, yeah. Right when you're finishing, I think every guy gets a wonky eye when they're almost there, or when they're there. You know.
Melissa Sippy, I got
And you know- and you know
author
this
of that
how?
book for you.
Say that again, Kevin.
I have the author for that book
Yes.
is S.C. Gwynne, Gwynne. It's a terrific book. If you have any like of history, that it is an excellent book to check out, especially the West and how the Comanche was finally beat and was never defeated by the Army.
There it is.
Only
All right, folks, stick around. We got one more to go right here, off track, hanging out with the Saddle Tramp himself, and that one chick, Hot Rusty with an eye. We'll be right back, folks. Go get wonky.
So my clock must be screwed up because
Why? It's 6:28. I think your clock's screwed up, Rusty.
Oh,
it must
Rock,
be.
What?
Rusty here wants to do a short segment about a story she read that took place in Arizona.
Oh, does this involve me? Should I be
No,
afraid
it's not
right now?
I have not.
Is
been
it a
to
Pound Me
Arizona
2 story
in
about
years.
whiskey? Can we make it about that?
I don't care. Just don't say names. Just
The backyard
Protect my
couch said
innocence, please.
he was certain that Saddle Tramp had lost the ranch position due to a Pound Me 2 allegation.
No.
Why was
Oh,
cows
just
getting
like what
pounded
happened
too?
on- just like what happened on the show, The Ranch. You son of a.
Cows is jealous because you didn't pound him too. That's right. I hope he's watching.
I put my arm equally up each one of them cooters.
Wow. Cooters, that's the name of his kitty cat. I'm sorry, his dog.
Any folks listening, come on, hit the like and share and all that good stuff. Subscribe if you're on YouTube, and let's help us get put out there, or help us put out. That's what I'm saying.
Rusty, if you ain't figured out how to put out yet, you got problems.
Rusty needs some help putting out.
I need
That one
help.
chick's not going to help you. I know that.
I'll get it. You stay.
Wow, it got really quiet.
And we've still got voicemails.
Oh, well.
Ooh, 10 seconds. Yeah, voicemails.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
5, 4,
Here we go.
3, 2.
Well, welcome in, everybody. Welcome back, I should say. This is the last go-around. You better jump on board right before we get derailed right here. Off track with Whiskey 6. Hanging out again with this evening with, well, that one chick, Melissa Sippy, that one guy, Rusty Lugnuts, and that new guy behind the glass that whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, he's getting the wonkiness.
Just because he can doesn't mean he should. Whatever. Yeah. And special guest this evening over there with Melissa Sippy, Hot Rusty with an eye, hanging out, looking all rustical. What's up?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
And Mr.
Yes, and that other guy, that Kevin, Kevin the Saddle Up and Tramp. There you go.
Tramp.
There it is. I'm sure you guys all know him.
I'm going to do a
Yeah,
little.
he makes horse jerky.
Yeah, he does make some fabulous jerky.
My hat now.
What is the actual name of your beef jerky?
Saddle Tramp jerky.
There it is. It's pretty simple, guys. And no, he's not ready yet, but we're going to keep having him on the show.
And the poblano is named Gunbelt.
It's what?
The poblano is going to be named Gunbelt.
Gunbelt.
I have a gun belt.
It tastes a whole lot better than that Gunbelt leather. I promise you that. Seriously, and I'm not even joking. It is literally the best beef jerky I have ever had. I was hoarding it from my family. I'm like, they're not even gonna know I got this stuff. It's good. Very good.
They know now. They know now. Just so you know. Yeah.
Raining Fire what?
The habanero is Branding Fire.
Branding Fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very
and
nice.
I haven't come up with a name for the I know the name for the glaze, the bourbon peach glaze. It's going to be Buckhorn Kid.
Buckhorn Kid.
There it is.
That's fabulous.
In memory of one Doc Thompson.
It is for him that I know, because I know Doc how much he loved bourbon. I know he liked the combinations of flavors, and that is my tribute to him. And it will be all that will be on the labels when they come out.
That's awesome because I
have not
have any kind of shrine or anything dedicated to Doc Thompson.
No, you don't. You're not a stalker at all. Hey, Chris. Chris, did you say you
light your candle, Melissa?
Chris?
Yeah.
Chris, you say you had. So you say you had some calls, some voicemails?
Yeah, we got some voicemails to deal with.
Okay, well, let's check them out.
Hello, and thank you for calling the Mojo 50 voicemail service. Please enter your passcode.
Christopher Branham.
To check your messages, press pound.
You have 9 new messages.
To play messages, press 1.
Off Track with Whiskey 6. You know, I decided to try playing a drinking game along with the show, and I took a shot every time somebody said something inappropriate. Man, I didn't know you could get blackout drunk in 5 minutes.
I lost my virginity in the back of my church to my uncle in a large van. I still count that as a better moment in my life than listening to anything that Off Track with Whiskey 6 has to offer.
That guy's a dick. Well, we love him.
We've established that. That guy's not nice.
No, but I love his calls.
I so love this show. It's strangely stimulating and titillating, and it evokes emotions in me.
Wow.
Oh, God, how much I love the Daily Mojo.
Oh, hold on now. Wait a minute, Beaver. I know. Hey, wrong number, lady. Well, that one was for Brad. What's that other guy's name? Rondo
Calrissian, I believe, was the name.
Yeah, okay. That other guy and that Handy J guy. That one's for
Phil
you.
Randolph?
Wrong number, Beaver.
With Whiskey 6,
that Paul
like,
in?
Angry Handy J in the back of Flying J when you drove like 14 miles, and you just have to get off, because MoDOT said you had to.
MoDOT. Well, I don't live in MoDOT, so.
Listening to Off Track with Whiskey 6 is like trying to clear your jam in your pistol by shooting another round in your pistol.
That's all messed up.
That's
is that all you have?
Off Track with Whiskey 6 is like losing your virginity to a hooker. I mean, you lost your virginity, but it's a hooker. You had to pay for it. Come on.
I see no problems.
Off Track with Whiskey 6 is like the old match game from the 70s. The longer the show goes on and the drunker the participants get, the funnier it's supposed to be, allegedly.
Wait, hold on.
Allegedly.
Isn't that guy drunk right now?
It sounds like he might be.
I think he's hammered. What does he know?
He usually does sound that way.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
Lesbians
Never
have a
trust
better
the opinion of a
opinion
drunk
me
man.
than I do of Off Track with Whiskey 6.
What'd he say?
Off Track with Whiskey 6 is like the Special Olympics for radio. I mean, everybody cares, but nobody really cares.
Thank you. Goodbye.
You know, I gotta tell you, I got it written down right here.
I love Squim Squam.
Hey, I got it written down right there, Squimmerino. Hold on, let me scratch that off.
I haven't talked to them in.
Did the
I've never
the
talked to them.
intern take notes for you? Maybe you should ask the intern to write it down so we remember.
Oh no, hold on.
Tammy, write it
I got it
down.
right here. Okay, here you go, Squim. I just scratched your name right off there, buddy. You're not on the show. Actually, no, we do need to get you on here.
Fake news.
Yeah,
It is.
I'll
fake
take it
news.
fake news. Actually, we do need to get Squim on here because we've
I
never.
haven't talked to him in so long.
We might have to have that pre-recorded because he's got a mouth on him. He would owe Beth like $4,622.
Next time we have Brandon on, we'll have them both on at the same time.
Well, it'd be an all-out F-bomb war right there
Yeah,
between.
we need to have Brandon on again.
Brandon and Squim in the
That's
same
what
episode. We're
Mojo
definitely
left,
pre-recording that, and Rusty and I need about 3 days for editing.
Yeah. Nice fun.
Record that on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're at their most.
Ooh, and you could
Sober.
do the dubbing from the 80s. And
The what?
like 80s, you know, like movies that where the fire truck and the words don't match the lip.
Oh,
Like bad lip
the
reading.
movies?
movies.
Yeah. Maybe,
Like bad lip
so,
reading.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Okay.
that.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we
But
should do
the
a bad
voice would be
lip.
totally different. So it'd be like Art will be like, "Come over here, you mother trucker."
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that would be funny. Hey, you know what? Maybe we should work on a bad lip reading thing. Sounds like
Hey,
Looks
Hot
to me
Rod
like we
and I
got a
had
phone
story
call.
on
We
it.
didn't even ask for him yet.
who called, Chris?
I don't know. Caller, who are you?
It's Todd again.
Todd, what's happening? How you doing? You got a question?
Hey, man, I'm
for the
doing
folks?
fine. Not really. I just wanted to say this to Hot Rocky. How are you doing, you gorgeous, vivacious hunk of femininity?
You mean Hot Rusty with an eye?
Yeah.
That's hot Rusty with an eye. Yeah.
Hot
Yeah,
Rocky.
Hot Rocky's in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, she's hot anyway because she's in Florida, so.
But
Sure,
Hot Rusty's.
nothing but-
I think Todd is confused. Doesn't he live in Wisconsin?
I
It's
think
true.
Todd's
Todd
been
lives in
drinking.
Wisconsin. He is confused today.
Okay, this is the problem. He's a Green Bay Packer fan. Maybe that's why he's confused.
Well, they did have
Nah,
a
I'm
really
not
good day.
confused.
Chris, no, you can't keep these people under wraps.
I try not to.
What, who, me? Thank you, Chris. I too deserve that.
Oh, okay.
You're awesome, Todd.
So-
Thanks for calling in, man. We shall chat with you later on.
Yeah. But
Okay. I don't even know what we're talking about.
Oh, Hot Rusty does have a story out of Arizona.
Oh, that's right. Yes, thank you for reminding me of that, Melissa.
So it's kind of a platform I've been living on a little bit with a lot of people that I talk to about the falsehood of recycling and what it does for the planet. And there's a really good podcast you can listen to as an NPR podcast. It's called Should We Recycle by Sarah Gonzalez. And she goes down to Nogales.
Not Sarah Gonzalez from the other
Okay,
place.
I was going to ask. Thank you.
Sarah Gonzalez.
Yeah.
But she goes down to Nogales, and one of the few places where someone who does trash removal will actually speak to her about the fallacies of recycling and how it's, most of the stuff really just goes into the landfill because recycling is so much more expensive and no one's using the stuff.
Yes.
And the plastics in the ocean isn't really coming from the United States of America. It's coming from 10 rivers in the world, 8 are in Asia and 2 are in Africa, which makes sense because that's where poor people live.
Is that where all the straws are killing my turtles?
Yeah, they saw it.
Son
well,
of a biscuit eater.
what
No,
happened?
hey, Melissa, there was only one turtle.
The
with a
one.
straw.
But
With
they
a
saw the one
bitty-
turtle with a straw up his
That's right.
nose, and now we need to use paper straws. So
You've been
we're-
talking
we're
to Brad
undermining-
Staggs.
Yeah, we're undermining our businesses in this country.
I
we're
hate plastic straws.
We're spending we're spending money we shouldn't be spending for stuff that's getting buried anyway. But because there's a few rabid lefties out there who just make us believe that we are just the worst people on the face of the planet, we're spending all of this money doing something that isn't making a difference anyway. And the last thing I'll close with, I was at a local supermarket. I went into the restroom and washed my hands, and all there is a hand dryer. And the sign next to the hand dryer says something to the effect of 2 tons of paper towel kills 17 trees and pollutes 20,000 gallons of water. And I thought, okay, so paper towels are bad, but paper bags are good. I don't understand the whole correlation and going to this big thing in Rhode Island where we live. They're replacing all single-use plastic bags with paper, and it's a nightmare. Just as someone who
they will
and those air dryers are just fart
disgusting.
exploders.
They're disgusting. Exactly. If you, especially
fart recyclers,
especially the ones that catch the stuff at the bottom, just blow it back in your face. Because if you think about it, most people don't thoroughly wash their hands in the bathroom. You have the rinsers who just spread the germs. And then you have the somewhat, I'm just going to dip my fingers in the soap a little bit and not really wash them. So you're just spreading a lot of germs. Anyway, I just hope everybody, and you'll post a link to the podcast.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
Because
just make sure you grab a
keep
straw.
an exceptionally clean penis, so I don't have to worry about it.
Just make sure you grab a straw because you
That's not
suck.
what the goat said.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I have a
kind of
large
my
penis.
That's kind of my thing I've been trying to put out there as I have talked to people all the time, and I wanted to put out there with you folks tonight. If people would go and take a look what's really happening with recycling, it's kind of a farce, and it's costing us a lot of
It's a
fallacy.
Fallacy.
Well, it's good that we
Fallacy.
could be exposed to those things.
To be exposed to those things.
Exactly. But yeah.
Excuse me while
thank
I
you.
whip this out.
Excuse me.
I have a large penis.
Oh, hey.
No, that's what you get.
No, that
for
was
trying
not
to
me.
get
I didn't say
serious
that.
here.
I'm not going to claim something that ain't true.
Somebody said, where are the white women at? Right here.
Now Chris is gonna. I know what's coming next.
Hey, where
Not
are the
today.
white women at?
I don't
Hey,
have
so
that one.
our trusty Leslie over in. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just coming up with Leslie's because that's when I look down when she comments. But she said, absolutely. I have a lady from the food court at the MOA. I don't know what MOA is. Said never use them. They had a meeting with the FDA, and where those things suck fecal matter back in. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, she's talking about the blowers.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
And the
a
fluffers.
gross sexual conversation talking about fecal matter sucking and blowing and.
I'm going to take a wild guess that MOA
Jeez,
is
I'm gonna move
Mall
right
of
along.
America.
All of America.
Yeah, that might make sense because I think she's from Minnesota, Rusty. I think you got that right.
Minnesota.
Mall of Alabama.
Minnesota, eh? Holy wow. Hey, and we're going to go over to Sagole, Michigan and get us a nasty pasty, eh? Pardon. Keep it warm under my armpit, right?
I guess.
Okay.
Funny. That was a good one, Whiskey.
Wow, I spent 2 years in the UP. I was stationed there. I know about things.
Yeah, you was a youper.
Yeah, I was a youper, eh? You know, those guys... Dude, that was some funny
That
stuff.
was one turtle with the Coke habit, and now we have to ban plastic straws.
Go on now, don't you know?
Well, it's better than $100 bills on, hundos.
Yeah, the hundos are $20. I mean, I
Came
didn't know
downtown.
the turtle had the hookers too. Did it?
That's a popular turtle. Turtle.
That turtle was deep in the hookers.
No, they do. I think I have a turtle.
He's
Bronco.
neck deep. Neck deep in hookers.
We got pictures. I'll show Rusty later.
Picture didn't happen. Oh, we're
That's what it is. They're slow coming.
Slow and steady wins the race.
They're
You know.
slow coming.
slow. Wait. We're really not even talking about anything right now.
Have you seen that Bugs Bunny episode with Cecil? the
Today we
Janitor?
are Seinfeld.
It's a
No
show
soup for
about
you.
nothing. And I have a lot of breakfast cereal.
Wait, look, this whole show is always about nothing. So finally, Miss Hot Rusty with an eye over there brings us some content and totally derails us. We don't know what the hell to do.
I know.
We could look. I got my list that we didn't finish covering. I know this will make Rusty happy. You want to talk about feminism again?
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear God!
I did throw the phone number out there if somebody would like to call and save us from talking about feminism.
Can I ask you, did y'all ever watch the movie The Red Pill?
Oh,
Not
I
yet.
put that out there.
No, but I hear it's really good, and
I-
I do want to see it.
You-
Is it
you
on
should watch
Netflix
it.
or
It's-
Prime?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
on
it's
I'm gonna
it's
watch it.
amazing, and I relate to it. Like I think it's so true what's happened to men in this country and how
And
men are
Melissa.
treated so poorly.
Jamie blogged on that after I told her about it last January. But then some of the other feedback I had from other women, which is actually legitimate, and they were saying anybody that is claiming that they're marginalized. So like men are coming out now that they're marginalized. So it's like they're not.
No,
not on
it
equal
just
footing.
doesn't. How about everybody is just made the way that look? Men are made a certain way for a certain reason, and women are made a certain way for a certain reason. And this world cannot continue, or it hasn't gotten to where the hell it's at, from any other thing besides men being men and women being women. It is what it is. Deal with it.
Stop! You're yelling at me. That's your toxic masculinity.
Well, I got something for your toxic femininity.
Pound me too.
All right, up and up.
Is this what happens when you have spotted dick for dessert? You get all whiny and cry?
Yes.
I might need a Snickers.
And
I'm a
you
little
would
pissed
too,
already.
son. You would too.
If men were so toxic, then why are we the ones that don't bleed every month? Because that gets the
Ouch.
toxins out of your body.
Send your hate mail to Kevin the Saddle Tramp on Twitter. The opinions and thoughts of the Mojo 50 guests on Off Track with Whiskey 6 do not necessarily reflect the. Never mind. So many
prayers of the wait, what?
But every time the woman bleeds, they make you bleed in a different way.
Well, it purifies them, right? That's what they say.
I've got a big word for Rusty Lugnuts that we haven't
Purification
used in a
through
few
pain.
weeks.
Yes.
Words with
And now, big words with Rusty Lugnuts.
Oh boy, here we go.
The
I'm
word
ready for
is
this.
elucidate.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Can you
what?
spell
He's
that?
hot.
Elucidate?
Elucidate. Elucidate.
Oh, I'm in the same boat with you, Rusty. I ain't even going to try that one.
Elucidate. It's got something to do with elusive. So elusive. I have no clue.
Elucidate would be to explain or to make something clear. The kind of thing that we do for our listeners every week. See, Hot Rusty with an eye knew.
Yeah, the layman's term would be mansplaining.
It's true. It's a fancy word for mansplaining.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and if any of the other jackals out listening here and they missed us filling in for Izzo last Friday, that's where you'll get more of our commentary and opinion on feminism and all other kinds of me bitching.
Oh my God.
We didn't rant, we bitched.
So there's that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Is hopped on your menstrual cycle.
People feel
Wrote it for all it was worth.
Bitch, nag, bitch.
Roz piped in with the meaning of that word. Elucidate.
Right.
Did we ever get an answer for that?
Yeah,
Would
well,
Roz-
it means to explain things. It's basically a big word for
Mansplain.
mansplain. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Rusty. Mansplain it to the ladies here. That Melissippian Hot Rusty with an eye. Go ahead, mansplain, please.
I can't. I don't know anything about it.
Roz, before we gave away
Roz.
the definition of the word, Roz said he lose a date.
He lose a date.
Did you lose a
Many
date?
times.
You gotta have it to lose it, right?
Elucidate. He lose a date.
Yeah.
Nice. Well done, Roz.
Okay.
So if you're still listening,
See, we get to this point in the show. It's always the last 10 minutes of the show, and Rusty gets freaked out.
Yeah. So
We're not
if
talking about anything.
If you're still listening, feel sorry for us and like and share. Like and share, people.
Dude,
Subscribe, like.
this
Oh
is
my God,
Rusty's
now Kevin's got
eroticism.
Kirk hashtagging National Period Day. Thanks a lot.
Wait, is there a period at the end
Well,
of that?
you can tell that Mrs. Kirk is definitely
He
in
means
bed.
punctuation. He means punctuation.
Right. Is there punctuation at the end of that punctuation?
Mrs. Kirk is
And
definitely
you know
in
what?
bed because on the MeWe's,
You wanna-
Kirk says, "Never trust anything that doesn't that bleeds for 5 days and doesn't die."
But hey, getting back to the punctuation. Use punctuation. It matters.
You just said that in all caps, dude.
Damn right I did. Because I know a chick. Should I call her out? Should I call her out?
No.
Y'all know her?
Use a different name for protect the
Okay.
identity of the guilty.
No, you know what? I'm going to call her. Okay, I will call her Heidi because her name is Heidi. Heidi, use some punctuation when you're texting people. Punctuation matters. All punctuation matters, Heidi. You're not the only one, though. I'm just kidding. I'm just calling you out, giving you shit.
Earlier, Rusty was talking in parentheses. Did you hear that?
Wait, did he do this?
He was just really quiet.
Yeah, I was.
Rusty,
Ampersand.
Rusty, I thought you could mansplain.
No.
You don't have any splaining to do?
I don't know.
You have nothing to contribute.
Wow.
Rocky with my
So there's that.
This is your mansplaining?
That's his punctuation.
Rusty, have you been affected by feminism? You're not allowed to speak or what?
Yeah.
They motorboat themselves and they
20 too many
See,
lashes.
I'm guessing. I'm wondering if your better half is standing over your right shoulder with her hand cocked back like this, getting ready just to pound you too.
No.
How'd
no,
you too?
of course not.
Hi, Judy.
Crap, man.
There's an important update that I just received
Rusty.
from Brad. He wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of this.
Start today with a warning, a serious warning. Do not handle your cock in the backyard.
So now we have to play other shows' content to get laughs on our show?
Well, there we go.
Yeah, you Rusty may have been right. Maybe we're heading downhill.
Well, if you're playing with yourself in the backyard and your neighbors can see you, your neighbors are too close.
No,
Maybe-
he didn't say that. He said he was
Look.
handling his cock. That's completely different than playing with yourself.
That only works if you have chickens.
Or
It's important not to do that though, because you don't want to get the salmonella on it.
I don't know who this
Never abuse your
salmonella people
cockerel
are.
they don't have
where people can
salmonella.
see it.
Salmonella, don't they make mayonnaise?
It's important not to abuse your cockerel where people can see it.
I'll tell
Oh,
that sort of.
maybe Rusty was right.
Can we end the show early?
And then there's that.
I think it's about time to wrap this thing up. Now look, now we're getting to be like Brad.
Put a bow on it.
Oh no!
Wait.
Check this. No,
We
check
need more
this out.
cowbell.
Hey, check this crap out. Last week, she was still in Rhode Island and she was listening to the show, and she's like, "Why did you guys cut Rusty off? He said he was going to talk about procrastination numbers."
Oh, thank you. No, seriously, thank you, Rusty. What'd you do with him?
Oh,
No, not the new
Oh my
numbers.
good Lord,
the
we have a new
old
guest.
numbers.
I moved.
We have a new caller. Who's the
we
caller?
know this caller. It's Sven. Sven, did you have something
Sven?
to tell us, Sven?
And thank God, Sven.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Sven. How are you?
I see that there's a new Rusty. Does that mean that the other one is available for employment?
No, it means that you have a new Rusty to intrude upon.
That sounds tantalizing. Anyway, I also have a question for this tall hunk of man with this cowboy hat on. Yes,
Yes,
it's
sir.
true. I have had your meat in my mouth. It's delectable. It's sort of just the milky thing right before it slides down this throat hole. It's very good.
So
I'm looking
glad
forward to this new
I was able
flavor.
to satisfy you.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I'm so glad I was able to satisfy you with my meat.
Oh yes, very. Anyway, I want to get back to this Rusty person because he's playing hard to get with me, and I have nobody to replace this Bill Freitas who just up and left the radio. So, Rusty, you're my new favorite.
Oh my God.
No, wait.
If you
Which
send him
Rusty are you
flowers-
referring to? Rusty
I'm
Lug-
talking about the recently employed with you, until recently employed with you.
Hot
The
Rusty with
Ro-
an eye.
The hot Rusty with the eye. Well, she is nice, but she does not look very cuddly.
So,
I like the
Sven-
whiskers.
Sven, I thought you didn't quite go for the hot Rusty types. I thought you went for the Rusty Lugnut types.
Yeah, I think you're
thought the Rusty
confused,
Lug
Whiskey. He's hitting on
Wait.
the regular Rusty.
Yeah, hello.
No, he said the Rusty with an eye.
No.
he said Rusty Lugnuts.
I want the Rusty Lugnuts.
Oh.
No, because here's Rusty, and my penetrating fluid would just knock that rust right off of him.
Perfect. So,
But if you
it's
send
gonna
me
be
a bouquet of WD-40,
it's just gonna be lug nuts now. No more Rusty because Sven's taking the heat.
Sure, you can call it WD-40 if you wish.
Rusty's going to be
It's
on the
something
phone
about-
tomorrow talking to Bill Freitas. Get back on the radio.
So what I'm gathering here, Sven, is that you want to give Rusty Lugnuts some of your spotted dick.
No, not a spotted dick. I have been recently promoted in this jobs that I have now. That spotted dick does look delicious, though.
Maybe not the spotted part. I don't know.
Well, no, get to the clinic, please. Have that checked out. Anyway, I got a new.
I'm getting a little uncomfortable here.
I got a new job, and we do this body double body pillows where we take the pictures of your interested persons and we make pillows out of them. And I was recently promoted in the quality control, where we test the fabric against tearing and ripping. And unfortunately, that means that some people will have to bite the pillows. But I am now a manager in the quality control, so I can have people work under me biting pillows. So, Rusty, would you like a position?
Rusty wants a job.
Sven would like to hire you, Rusty. How do you feel about that?
And guess what? On that note, I guess we're not. Look at that. Rusty saved by
Mr. Humpy.
saved by the bell. Rusty Lugnuts. Hey, Sven, make sure you call in next week so we can finish this conversation with Rusty Lugnuts and see if you can get him to bite a pillow underneath you. Folks, thanks for joining us this evening. Thank you, Kevin, the effing saddle tramp, and one hot Rusty with an eye. See you guys next week, guys. Thanks for joining us on Off Track right here, Mojo 50.
God.
It's okay, Rusty. You can lay down and rest now.
it is so past my bedtime.